It's Saturday. Yay, 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 yay. The title of the video that got sent to me is Reverse Hostage. This is going to be a good one, isn't it? First Priory of the season? I don't even remember at this point. But yeah, we have seen a lot of funny moments in Priory in season 2. Not as many in season 3, but we are again back with another example of, say it with me, I think I'm more important than the 4 other people that I'm now in the Mythic Plus key with. This time we got Demon Hunter Edition. Demon Hunter tank. It's probably going to be a lot of tanks. I think we're going to see a lot of tanks this season doing this, unfortunately, because, you know, we already feel like we're the most important player in the group. Not surprising that you see it in low keys, frankly. So we're going to see it again. This is a Priory 11. We're taking a while to gather, but nobody needs a summon. So at least I got that going for him. Takes them 2.5 minutes to start the key, but yeah, not concerning. Here we go. We're going into Priory 11. Demon Hunter, I guess, just forgets to pull threat on 2 of those mobs. Are not a problem. They're going to run up here. Not like some of the ones. We've seen some crazy moments in this, but it looks like the guy just misses those 2 mobs. Luckily, it doesn't seem like anybody else gets threat on them. That could have been a huge issue there. Resto Druid oftentimes end up dying to threat on pulls like this because of any type of passive healing they might do, but we are going to pull all of these over to the corner and do our normal Bloodlust here. We actually Bloodlust. We're moving in the right direction, I guess. So we are going to see also interesting stuff here in Priory. We're going to see going right. This is actually an interesting conversation that we've been having on the stream a lot recently. I've heard that right is harder or something, that people have trouble with it. Well, I tried it a bunch on the PTR and it did not work for me because I felt like it didn't have good flow. But I guess ultimately the content over there is actually harder. Have we got to the time when it's harder yet? I don't think so, but we are pulling 2 packs that I don't normally pull with the mini boss here, and we are going to have our first 2 deaths. Hot Sauce goes down like the Titanic, and then Gwelwyn has a crazy ass name, so they're just going to die probably to trying to pronounce their name. Not done with the deaths, I guess, probably because the healer is dead. The hunter is just going to get maybe shot down to death. Kind of unfortunate. A hunter dying to shoot. They should be immune to that, I feel like, right? Actually going to have our 4th death, and as we get back, we see something funny going on in the chat. The first death was this Hot Sauce. He's got like some bugged macro or something like that. Some interrupt macro that's not working. Tank's still alive, but Druid actually gets back or gets close, I think. I'm not really sure, but they're going to die again, and so is the Demon Hunter DPS. Probably because of this. This is looking a lot like season 2, isn't it? We did a lot of low-key season 2 reviews. I love that we just fucking run through the mobs. Oh yeah, this is looking like a 2 right here. This is an 11, by the way. Look at what we're doing right now. Oh my god. All right, so we just run through the enemies that we do not want to fight. These patrolled into the people who try to run back, by the way. That's why they're here in this position. We run through them as the tank dies. Hunter, I think, has feigned or something like that. And we just continue to attack the mobs that are resetting, elongating the wipe. All right, so now we are up to 9 United States deaths. Not where the vote is coming in, surprisingly. You would think that this would be it here, but not the end of the key. Double-champ, big Conor McGregor fan, I guess. Behavior might line up with that, honestly. We're going to see him trying to skip this patrol. You can't skip the patrol. We learned that. We already learned that in season 2. So we are going to unfortunately have to fight this pack, which he did not want on the route. Going to just change the route, I guess. Now we're going to drag the knight and the mobs into the other packs. I don't know that they were on the route, but we did not wipe to this pack, so we are now fighting something else entirely. I think the bonkers part about this, besides the fact that we're now pulling the complete opposite route, is that we're just letting Chainmail just sit there. She's just over there, probably scared for her life, to be honest. We could really ambush her right now. We just killed like dozens of her friends and potential like subordinates, and now instead I guess we're gonna pull this stuff out. So maybe this was on the route the whole time. I have no idea. Another funny moment here is we kill all the trash. Takes us like 2 minutes to kill it all, but we just didn't pull these 2 mobs, so now we're just gonna fight those on their own. Sounds good. Now here, this is funny. Everybody expects us to go left. See this a lot in the game anymore. Luckily it does not go any further than that. All 4 players other than the tank try to go left, and the tank is just over there. I almost had a Dawnbreaker situation there, but luckily we didn't. We are going to actually follow the tank, and the tank is doing some things that I don't know if that's on purpose or what, but he's going to go and grab those mobs and bring them back around the corner. Perhaps this is how you do it. It actually kind of makes sense. The patrol is going to come in here. I've never seen this, so I'm actually eager to see how it plays out. Doesn't look good out of the gate. We have the druid down from just the patrol. We actually have 2 patrols, the second one coming in here, so that's bad. Now there's another patrol. We actually swerve aggroing it, so that's pretty good. So now we're fighting up here without a healer, and that is going to be another death for the Shadow Priest. They're going to go down as our 11th death. Hunter is actually going to go down here. So our 12th death. We haven't even gotten past the first area. We're not even like halfway to the first boss here. Still just fighting all of it right here. And again, the patrol in play here. Probably, yeah, this time we want it to come. So we're going to actually throw a green circle with some like runes runes on it. I have no idea what that is. We're going to throw that and it's going to do something, and now they're going to fight us. So that is not an encouraging start to this right side. Let's see where we go from here. The Doublechamp can do what the fuck he likes, and he is going to do that. We're just going to go like AFK in the middle of the area, I guess. Waiting maybe for the patrol. Is that what we're doing? I guess we're probably waiting for the patrol, but I feel like we waited so long that it's now patrolling into us. Okay, I guess we're not waiting. Just going to grab it. Ranged mob. That's not going to work. Oh, okay. I see he's going to grab the mini boss and bring it back. All right. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, see, this is what I was concerned with. There's just a lot of ranged mobs. It doesn't really feel like there's a good flow over here. It doesn't really feel like there's a lot of good ways to combine this. And wow, is this mini boss destroying them? Oh my God. This is an 11, by the way, not a 12. And this healer is putting in freaking work, doing almost 4 million HPS at this point on an 11. Wow. All right. We're going to now kind of skip around here a little bit. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Going to try to not pull anything else. Oh, well, Emberlands is just sitting there. So we're going to have to definitely pull him. Or are we? Looks like the druid got threat. Yep. The druid definitely got threat. All right. I think the tank tries to engage here. Maybe just like fails to do it. It looks like they don't actually do anything. And the druid just ends up getting threat yet again. So we are going to die again. Resto druid down on the pull of a pretty big pack. This is a really complicated pull he's making here. We have a knight. Oh my God. So we're fighting a knight with Emberlands. We can't even start this pack without problems. We have the hunter down too, and the priest also going to go down, turning into a disaster, like actual disaster. And honestly, I don't know what this is supposed to look like, but this is not looking good. This route is not working out for this guy on this key level. We're back up here dying again. Priest just going to die to some AoE. I think maybe from the knight. 17 deaths, guys. We haven't fought a boss yet. 17 deaths here. Hout sauce down on the way back. Druid going to go down again as well. This pack is actually just not pullable. I don't think you want to be fighting a mini boss with a knight. That's pretty nuts. And tank is ultimately going to succumb as well. We do the same thing. We come up here and just elongate the wipe, but at least this time we die quickly. So that is 22 deaths. All right. So now at this point, you know what's coming, right? Tank is going to stay AFK. We have 17 minutes left in the dungeon, give or take, and we are going to vote. But the only one who wants to vote is the tank. In fact, the vote doesn't even like pass. Look at this. It's just people aren't voting. I'm actually kind of shocked to see this. There's like literally 3 people just not voting. So it is actually going to, I guess, fail. I don't even know what to say. They just didn't all vote, it looks like to me. And then the priest is like, tank question mark. And then the tank, who obviously cares more about what he wants than everybody else wants, he says, you want to continue for real? And honestly, yeah, I could see his questioning this because he's the cause of all this. I think he knows that, honestly. I think he knows that this is not working. Whatever he's been trying to do in this dungeon is obviously failing. It's a bad look. It's not something you want to keep doing when you're failing this bad as a tank. So he's kind of shocked. Now, some very, very, very interesting stuff happens here, but before it does, the priest confirms like that's what the vote was for. We all want to continue other than you, and that is something right there. The party leader has attempted to reset the instance you are in. Please zone out to allow the instance to reset. Never thought I'd see this. So this guy, 1 verse 4, is trying to reset the instance on them. Priest asks, why are you outside trying to reset the dungeon, question mark. He actually tries to like gaslight them or whatever, trick them again. Another tricky player here. He says re-enter, and if everybody leaves and re-enters, it would have reset. That's the problem right here. We actually covered this in season 1. If somebody goes out and resets the dungeon with other people in it, they can't go back into the dungeon. It does reset for just them. I don't know if there's any way to get them back in the dungeon once they've done that. I've been told the answer is no, but we never really tested it. Anyway, chat popping off here. The priest says, why? I don't want to do a 10, knowing that they try to reset it. Hunter says, because he wants to leave, but doesn't have the balls to get the debuff. The demon hunter says, re-enter so we can vote again. See, they're trying to trick him. The priest says, I don't want to vote again. We all want to continue. Priest says, yes, finish the dungeon or leave the group. Those are the options. Hunter says, you're the only one who wants to bail. This is the problem. I'm telling you guys, this is a big issue. I don't know what to say to get through these people. We've made 3 videos on this now, and I'm sure there's still going to be comments where people are saying that it is not fair that these 4 people want to finish the dungeon they signed up for, and that the one person who doesn't is being impacted by those 4 other people. Yeah, I mean, I've given up trying to reason with these people. I've given up trying to make it make sense. But at the end of the day, Blizzard has drawn the line in the sand here, and we see that the rules are working. I am actually so freaking shocked that the psychology is running this deep through these people's veins, because I expected for sure this guy just leaves. Like, well, who fucking cares? Just leave. I mean, it really is crazy to me. And we said it on the last video, and then some comments echoed it, and I really, really like those comments that said, even though this person is stuck in here and he's going to wait this out, we're going to wait out like all this time, it is actually working to some degree because it's keeping this person out of a key for the next 17 minutes or whatever, you know, however long it takes. This is actually a good thing. It's unfortunate for the 4 people who have to put up with it. So anyway, they're continuing on in the chat. The Demon Hunter says, I'm not in your phase. I'm inside. Hover your mouse on me. You should re-enter. re-enter. I'm really trying to give these people the benefit of the doubt, man. But tell me this is not just like the ultimate gaslighting bullshit here. Is this guy really this stupid that he thinks these people are going to walk out of the dungeon and come back into his untimed version of the dungeon? He says, I'll be here waiting for you. Yeah, like no shit. You don't have any other option. This is literally the only other option. Hunter says, scammy, scam, tank. We're having a party. No worries. Priest says, okay, I'm fine with that. I'm recording this so I can send it to the guy on YouTube who reviews keys. That's me. Thank you very much for thinking of the channel. I really appreciate it. Demon Hunter says, dude, come in or just leave. That's a really weird statement to make. Everybody else saying, we never left. Genius. First of all, how the hell is that person a fire elemental? That looks amazing. I literally can't even say this person's name. They're going to go try, I guess, to leave the dungeon and see what happens. Yeah, they're going to do it. They're going to walk out of the dungeon, and a little bit more comes out here as this happens here. It does look like the other people might be together, might be a pre-made. Glue. When you say it like that, it makes a little bit more sense. The person's name is Glue. They said we're on Discord together. All right, so that makes a lot of sense. Now you see it's starting to come to a head here. The guy says, come in so we can end. I really think that means he can't even initiate a vote. I actually think that's what's happening here. I think he's stuck out there and he can't initiate a vote. So the druid has gone in the other instance version, I guess. They left and come back because it was reset. So he's now in there with him. He says he's just trying to bait. The priest asks, is the key restarted? And he says, yes. The tank is now talking and he says, be right back, breakfast. Come in by 10 minutes. I don't know. I don't either. Really adamant about this, like, I'm not wrong here thing. This is very different than the other reviews. Try to give these people the benefit of the doubt, but it's really hard to believe that this guy's typing all this, genuinely believing that these people are doing something wrong when he went out there and tried to reset this dungeon on them. That is crazy. But yeah, the comment that gets made here, I think, is the actual truth. He's trying to have everyone re-enter so the game considers it a clean slate for all, I believe, and I ain't leaving. I think that's the case. He says, if you're so upset, then leave. And it really is mind-boggling, dude. Like, I can't understand how these people are so, like, psychologically impacted by the possibility of getting this debuff. Like, it is really crazy to me, especially in this case. Like, at least in last week's video, the guy just goes AFK. Who knows? He maybe went to go do something IRL. Who, you never know. He could be living his best life. But this guy's actually fucking sitting in here typing the entire time. He says, why you making me to leave? Dude, come in, come end. You wasting time, your time, my time, others also. Re-enter. Priest says, so anyone know any good jokes to pass the time? Oh God, this is really bad. He says, do you know any Latino pop singer from the polls? Well, I do. Enrique Iglesias. I don't even feel like I can continue on with the review after that. That was that bad. Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use honeycombs. Anyway, Priest says, anyone know Metro from One Azeroth TV YouTube channel? I do. Yeah, I know him. He's going to enjoy this video. I did it. I enjoyed every second of it until these fucking garbage jokes. Tell these people to fucking stop. Anyway, meanwhile, while all this torture is going on, we actually have a little bit of progression in the situation here. Pay attention to Connor's health pool. He's getting beaten again. No surprise to anybody here. Going down real quick in the first round yet again. And he is going to die? I'm not really sure what happens. He goes from 4% health to 83% health. I don't really know what that was. Oh no, this is the worst one. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. Oh wow. All right. Anyway, this guy's back to talking about the dungeon. Thank fucking God. He says, I reported you both, Priest and Hunter. Oh yeah, for what? What did you report them for? These actual garbage jokes should have been the answer to that question. Genuinely don't know if he realizes that the timer is over at this point. Let's see what actually happens here. This is the first time I've seen this. He says he's been reported for deranking, spam, and hostage. Okay, first of all, we know about the deranking thing, kind of a weird thing you can report, I guess. Spam, not a thing. That's not a thing. And hostage, definitely not a thing. If that was the thing, then we'd have a whole different conversation to have here. Why I'm here waiting for what? Great question. Why didn't you leave the fucking dungeon ages ago? I'm opening ticket for what you guys doing here. It gets to a point where like you become so belligerent that I start thinking that you actually think you know what you're talking about. And it really kind of scares me. He says, you were the one who left the dungeon, genius. And again, the tank says, so re-enter and end it. Or I for real take my time to ticket what you're doing. I don't think anybody gives a fuck that you were going to do that. Was that a threat then that he didn't do it before? Is that actually what that is? It was a threat. He wasn't actually going to do it until you told him to leave or something here. Yeah, he actually says that. He said, so you didn't write a ticket. You lied to us. Uh-oh. He's really threatening them. He says, you don't want to get flagged account, mate. The Demon Hunter DPS said something weird. He says, flagged? I was silenced over 30 times. That's not something to brag about. Stop wasting time. Vote out or come in and do what has to be done. The other Demon Hunter says, I'm kind of with them. You leaving the dungeon to try to reset it is a shit thing to do. I love the guy says, I reset it so we can have another abandoned vote. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on now. Wait a second. Okay, hold on. Things are getting weird now. He says, why do you want to waste your time when the healer can't heal you? Whoa. This guy's trying to blame the healer for this nonsense? He says, dude, it's morning. We all have works to do. I don't know what you guys doing. Just stop hostaging. The priest says, it's Saturday. No work for me. It's 3:35 ST. What does that mean? Sunken Temple. This guy wants to go do Sunken Temple. I'll wait like 2 minutes. Otherwise, I screenshot all this to fucking Blizzard. They're gonna love the part where you said fucking in the screenshot that you're taking to report people. That's gonna go well. I've never seen somebody do this. The guy's actually trying to threaten them by putting in a ticket. That is something. I've never seen this. Priest calls him on that, says, if you want to write a ticket, then write a ticket. Stop threatening to do it. Yeah, who gives a fuck? Nobody here cares. Pretty clear. Yeah, and the hunter actually brings it up. He says, you not realizing that if you hadn't walked out, we'd be done by now, because he's in the other dungeon phase and he doesn't realize the timer's actually expired. You know, Blizzard temporarily banned for nothing. If you want to be stubborn, go on. Uh-oh, they're speaking in another language now. And then the demon hunter finally just leaves. That's really weird. Really strange ending to it. All of a sudden, something gets said in another language. I feel like maybe we got to look that up, but something gets said in another language and then the guy leaves right after that. That's what's said. I don't know that that has any impact on this whatsoever, but that is the final comment of the dungeon. And this guy leaves and that is the end of it, right? So this one's really weird because, yeah, I don't know what this guy thinks is going on here, but he kind of goes back and forth in ways that sound like he actually thinks he might have made a mistake and he's trying to figure it out. But then it just always seems to come back to him blaming the other people. So I gotta say that this is probably like the ultimate malice, like maybe one of the most malicious things we've seen, because I'm fairly certain that he is actually trying to trick them into leaving the dungeon, coming out and going back in, and that releasing him from this key. And all I can say is just leave the fucking dungeon, man. Like, honestly, I don't understand why these people get so psychologically wrapped up in this debuff. I did not think people cared this much about this video game, especially people who are doing 11s at this point in the season. But I have to say, I guess the system is working really well, because it is convincing a lot of people to stay in keys, even when they really don't want to. Keep recording them, man. Keep submitting them. I'm really glad that you, as the person who submitted this, know about the channel and that you were so eager to share that with others, because I think if more people see stuff like this, they will start making a difference here. This is all we can do right now. Blizzard is not telling us or helping us in any way right now. We got to trust that they know what they're doing and let that system play out. Work with what they've given us here, and they have given us a lot. They have definitely showed us that there is a lot of people out there willing to be really sociopathic, willing to say like, hey, I do not give a fuck about what you want, man. It is so crazy to me that we see this so frequently, where 4 other people are like, hey, you're wrong, we want to continue, and that one person is like, I do not give a shit what you say, I am doing what I want here. And then they throw like a 12-year-old tantrum in so doing. Like, at least the other guys just went AFK. Now everybody knows, stay away, stay far away from these characters. Keep sending them in, man. I said I will do it every video if we have to. I will start making every video on this channel, stuff like this, if we keep seeing especially interesting and unique ones that we can laugh at as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for thinking of this channel. Keep your eyes open, man. It's gonna happen a lot more. We will see you guys in the next video.